and welcome once again to Ignite Your Impact. My name is Jen Rhodes. I am sadly El Solo Mio today. Matt is at a business meeting, so it's just me today. But I wanted to make sure that we got something out, really sticking to our schedule and making sure that we deliver content on a weekly basis for you guys. Sometimes we're going to start pumping out 2. I don't know when we'll do that. I will tell you I'm not alone in the office, though. Finn is in here with me. So if you are watching on YouTube and you happen to see me grow a tail, please just know I do not have a tail. It is El Doggo. So I am going to be looking down at my notes every so often, so bear with me. I wanted to make sure, though, that I got this message out today. I think it's very important. And I thought it would be a perfect time to talk about being willing to lose and never giving up. Now, it's still super early in the new year. Like when this episode drops, I think it's going to be like January 12th. I don't want to look at my calendar to verify that, but it's going to be like one of the first Mondays in January. So it's still, we're very early in the new year. And I know that there are a lot of people listening that are attacking new goals. Or maybe you're going after goals that maybe you didn't hit last year. Or maybe even goals that you hit last year and you're looking to take things to the next level. What's your next layer of evolution look like? Those are my favorite goals. So why are we talking about willing to lose when all we are trying to do is win? Now, I want to explain, but I want to rewind back about 20 years ago and just kind of explain where we were. We were super young, freshly married, toddlers. I believe I was pregnant with Cannon at this time, and we had determination like no other. We had very good paying jobs, but Matt and I both knew that there was something more. It didn't take us long in our adult lives to realize that although we were blessed with where we weren't comfortable staying there very long. We knew that we had to kind of like get to a certain step, but that doesn't mean we had to stay there for the rest of our lives. And so with this new vision, once we were inspired, we ate peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for over a year, lunch and dinner. I joke that that's how Matt became gluten-free, because we ate so many peanut butter and jellies, like every damn day. Now think about this. Matt's wearing a suit to work, meeting dealers, eating his peanut butter and jelly. In my job, I was designing homes for very, very, very wealthy, very powerful, very well-known people in the Kansas City area, eating my peanut butter and jelly. And we were using all of our income from our jobs, like obviously minus the necessary expenses, to be able to save up for a down payment on our first gym, right? We made sure the home was covered, putting away money for Callie's college, right? Like figuring out that. I was pregnant with Cannon, so starting that, making sure both kids were handled, and then saving everything, like literally everything else. We took no trips. We bought nothing. We splurged on nothing. Everything went into the gym fund. And at that time, we were so young and not worried about anything. Now, obviously, we had infants to support and probably a lot of people looking at us like, you are crazy. Good paying jobs, back in 2004, 2005, 2006. Good paying jobs, but eating peanut butter and jelly. Now, the dream life that we all know, right? You go to college, get your degree, get settled, find a mate, have kids, get a good job, But we were open, like we were looking to open a business. We weren't waiting 10, 15 years to be established to then open a business. We wanted to do it like right out of the gate. On top of all of it, we were going into an industry that we had no experience in. Neither of us have ever worked at a gym, let alone experience in running a business. Now, remember, like 20 years ago, there were no other gyms besides like 24-Hour Fitness and Gold's Gym, maybe Bally's. So we were wading into an ocean where it was only dominated by 2, maybe 3 big players. Certainly not high prospects for a young couple. So why did we win? How did we win? I have so many new franchisees when we're speaking. Let's say we're at our summit and meeting other franchisees in our system. How'd you do it? Why did you win? How did you win? We weren't afraid to lose. Now that sounds reckless. There was obviously some strategy there and some relentless execution, but we weren't afraid to lose. We didn't care what anyone else thought about us eating peanut butter and jelly because we had a vision. Frankly, Callie wanted peanut butter and jelly 24/7, so we were like, sure, let's go. Fits right into our plan. Yes, she got vegetables. Don't call the authorities on us. But we didn't care. People were telling us to slow down. You guys, you already have the American dream. What else could you want? I want it all. We didn't care. Lots of people told us there was no way we could make it in the fitness industry. I actually remember a local business owner who owned a gym. You'll never make it. Cool. His gym closed 4 years after I opened. You can't be afraid to lose. And it wasn't ever really a back and forth of like, God, can we do this? Are we really meant for this? We have all these people telling us we can't. What's really funny is like, as Matt and I were talking about this, the thought never even crossed our minds. And even to this day, we still have that level of, yeah, we can't lose. Even if you do lose, you can't be afraid of it. Now, I look back on it now, and we were so in love with the idea of winning that we could not be afraid of losing. Now, I'm going to bridge this here in a second, but I want to go deeper first. After we had enjoyed a good amount of success that, first 3, 4, 5 years, we started venturing into other businesses. We started to very much diversify. I know we've talked about this before. And if you've listened to us for any amount of time, you know that those businesses failed. Not to the point of bankruptcy, but it took a ton of work and grit and stamina to get out from under all of that and survive. And for those businesses, we were borrowing a shit ton of money. A lot. We had already proven we could be successful to our bank and to ourselves and to everyone else. But as we were creating the notes for this podcast, Matt brought up this story and I'd forgotten about it. But as we were signing the documents, the banker looked Matt dead in the eye. So at what point do you think you'll be willing to throw in the towel? Those words, the room we were in, like that day, I can't believe I forgot. But the minute Matt reminded, I was like, oh my God, I forgot he asked that. I remember like the audacity you're giving us this money. And you're asking when we're going to give up? What the fuck? It makes no sense. Like, obviously, he needed to meet our mindset coach. But without hesitation, he asked Matt. And Matt looked him dead in the eye, did not blink. I'll just outwork everyone. And at the end of the day, that's what we had to do. Now, in our mind, we thought we would just outwork everyone to succeed. But we outworked everyone and anything to survive, come out on the other side, and as time has gone on, realized it was a pivotal point that we learned many lessons that help us to this day. So I want to ask you, knowing those stories, how is this related to your goals? Well, you have to remember that these lessons are built right into fitness. You have to be willing to lose in order to win. You have to be willing to flop before you can fly. You have to be willing to go splat if you're going to take that leap of faith. Now, what I'm about to tell you is not some theory, because it was exactly what we lived through. When you have decided this is it, this is the pivot point, this is no longer an option. Living another year in this body, in this mindset, this is no longer an option, and you get started. When you start weighing your food, people will think you're crazy and maybe even make fun of you. Hell, I remember, God, when we first started our businesses, and that relentless, like peanut butter and jelly every day. Jen, isn't this a little crazy? You have young children. Aren't you guys taking this a little too far? We didn't care. We didn't care what anyone else thought. And we lost some friendships over that. Truth be told, if anybody's questioning you on your goals, your dreams, things that are in your heart, they probably don't need to be around for the victory dance either. When you start carving out time to go to the gym, God, aren't you making this a little obsessive? Isn't that a little much? You already look great. Why do you need more? But you already know there's more out there for you. You expect more out of yourself. Back when we were opening our gyms, we got all of this. Today they'll call it hate, right? Drinking the haterade. But when you see that there is so much out there beyond the American dream, when you know you were put on this earth for more than what you're already currently doing, when you know your evolution is greater than your current situation, you do not care what people think or say about you. You know that you are willing to do things they won't so that you can get things they can't. And yeah, there's going to be some rough times. There's going to be some tough conversations. We talked last week about how a plan can smooth out those rough times. But there will be some time in the beginning where you question, God, do I really need to do this today? I would much rather just kind of like not. Do I really need to measure my food today? I bet it's fine. I don't need to go to the gym. I'll figure it out. Go back to the banker story. You have to be thinking you are crazy. Why would you even ask me that? I am willing to outwork everyone. Why would you ask me that? There's only one thing that is holding you back from all of this. And that's you have been conditioned. You have been conditioned to worry about what other people think. You've been conditioned to not work too hard, just to kind of like let things work themselves out, to coast. You've been conditioned to coast. That is what people that get lost in everyday tasks do. That is what ordinary people do. Asleep with the rhythm of life. But not us. We're extraordinary. We want to be great. If you want to accomplish anything, you need to realize those thoughts and all of those naysayers mean nothing when you hit that goal. And sure, they can sit on the side of the street and watch your parade go by. They don't need to be on your float. You have to be bought in so much on winning that you're willing to lose. I'm going to leave you with that, guys. Thank you for letting me rant for 15 minutes. I hope you found value in today's episode. If you did, please share it. Tag us in your Instagram stories. We love seeing the reach that this message is getting. So keep sharing it with us. And with that, we'll talk next time.